Welcome to the Explainer. Right now, we're taking a quick, highly focused mental trip straight into the left seat of the Bombardier Q400 cockpit. If you're flying this aircraft, you absolutely need to know how to handle system alerts without missing a single beat. So today, we're going to master a completely foolproof memory trick for handling a very specific, critical event, a GPS integrity failure. We're taking the exact protocol straight from the manual and building a mental roadmap so you can memorize it effortlessly. Here's the game plan, the 5-step PICON protocol. We're going to use this custom acronym today to permanently lock these steps into your brain. All right, step 1, the PFD warning message. Let's kick off this mental trip right now. Imagine you're strapped right into that pilot seat, looking straight ahead. And boom, that gives us the P in our PICON trick, the PFD message. Specifically, we're talking about the literal phrase GPS Integ suddenly flashing on your primary flight display. When you see this text light up right in front of your face, it's your absolute first trigger. P is for the PFD message, GPS Integ. Moving right along to step 2, integrity cannot be assured. Let's see what that warning actually means for us. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Look at the exact phrasing from the manual. It tells us point blank that our position integrity cannot be assured for our current flight phase minimums. That's our II, integrity unassured. The system is basically whispering to you, hey, I know roughly where we are, but I absolutely cannot guarantee the pinpoint precision you need right now. You've got to memorize this, because it dictates exactly how much trust you can put in this system, which, spoiler alert, is none for those specific minimums.
Next up, step 3, cross-reference navigation sensors.
So, if we can't trust the GPS, what's your immediate physical response? You shift your eyes down from the PFD to the flight management system near your knee in the Q400, and we hit the C in PICON, cross-referencing. You've got a clear directive here. You must monitor that FMS position strictly by cross-referencing your other nav sensors. You literally cannot just blindly trust the FMS anymore. C is for cross-reference. Check it against everything else you've got. Okay, let's pause. Time for a quick active recall checkpoint to lock in these first 3. You're in the Bombardier Q400. You look straight ahead. P. PFD message reads GPS Integ. Your brain instantly translates that to I. Integrity cannot be assured for your minimums. Then your eyes move down to ACT. C. Cross-reference the FMS with your other sensors. P. I. C. It's actually super simple when you link it to your physical eye movements in the cockpit, right? All right, step 4. Ground obstruction exceptions. Let's talk about context. This part brilliantly illustrates a huge distinction. While you're up in the air, seeing this message is an immediate call to action. But down on the ground, well, this message has a very specific, situational cause that you really need to be aware of before you even think about taking off. Check out this exact note from the manual. It says the GPS Integ message can appear on the ground due to local obstructions to satellite reception. And that right there is our O in PICON, obstructions. So if you're just sitting on the tarmac, maybe you're parked near a massive terminal building or tucked in a valley, the message might pop up simply because those local obstructions are blocking your signal. Knowing this prevents a whole lot of unnecessary panic during your pre-flight or taxi. Finally, let's look at step 5, landing approach considerations. Picture this. The flight is wrapping up and you're reaching out to drop the landing gear on the Q400. This brings us to the final letter, N. The manual leaves zero room for interpretation here. It just flat out says, GPS-based approaches are not available. Boom. N stands for no GPS-based approaches. Since we already know the integrity is unassured, our I from earlier, you are completely prohibited from relying on GPS for your runway approach. You've got to switch to alternative methods. No exceptions. All right, let's bring it all together and review the complete PICON memory trick one last time so it's permanently baked into your memory. Picture that cockpit. P, the PFD message GPS integrate lights up. I, you remember integrity is unassured. C, you cross-reference your sensors. O, you remember that local obstructions on the ground can trigger this too. And N, when landing, no GPS-based approaches are allowed. Just 5 simple letters covering the whole shebang in the exact right order. So here's my question for you. If your GPS integrity fails on approach today, do you have the precise PICON sequence memorized to land safely? I'll leave you with this. Practice this mental trip in the Bombardier Q400 as often as you can. Close your eyes, run through the letters, visualize looking at the PFD, looking down at the FMS, checking outside, and planning that non-GPS landing. That physical visualization trick is the real secret sauce to ensuring you never skip a single step when it actually matters. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep that active recall going.